Greetings, peoples of the interwebs. Jake here with my co-hosts, Dave and Jordan, and also joining us via Skype once more is our good pal, Reverend Spaceman, who has a YouTube channel of his own, so feel free to check that out.
Reverend Spaceman.
We've appeared on there a couple times where we discussed the Illuminati, even though we didn't talk about the Illuminati, but that's the title of it.
Well,
Don't spoil it.
We did, but
Obama invented Ebola.
Yeah, but
and find that and other truths at Reverend Spaceman.
Yeah, and then did a review on the brief trailer or teaser for Childhood's End coming to the Siffy channel.
That's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, because that's holding on.
For those of you who can read.
But anyways, so basically this podcast is our Dreamcast for the upcoming Justice League film, because I don't think anyone was really sold super excited on the cast. I mean, I'll admit I'm warming up to Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
but
after that
day by day.
But it's the rest of it is just weird and.
Yeah,
I didn't have a problem with Wonder Woman.
I'm thrilled about any, but I just don't know anything about.
Yeah,
her, so
I think it's fun.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, but I feel like as fans, we could probably do a better job.
I guarantee
not
we
to
could
sound
do a better job.
Not to sound pretentious or anything like that, but
to absolutely sound pretentious.
We're gonna sound pretentious here,
and
say
you get to
we
sell
do
it.
A better job, yes. And the kicker with this is we're gonna try and sell Jordan on which cast is better and which movie he'd rather see with the cast of Justice League. So I guess we'll start off. Richard, you'll start off. Dave, me, and then Jordan. You feel free to throw in your.
Well, do you want to pick them basically one at a time? We do our three.
Yeah, are we? Yeah, we're just gonna name our whole cast at once.
Yeah, so we name our whole cast. Like you'll name your cast, and then
I'm cool with that because we might not have them listed in the same order. We might have the same.
Yeah,
one person could just say. One.
Yeah.
We probably should have had this figured out.
We probably should have, but live podcasting for
Dave,
you.
I'm just gonna start naming my cast off nowadays. So
well, you want to just start? You want to start with one, just whoever you want to start with, and then I'll do it, and then Jake will do it, and Jordan will say which one he thinks is best. It doesn't have to be. We can just keep it short and sweet like that.
All right. Well, for Superman, I put Henry Cavill.
Okay.
Well, I do like Henry Cavill. I thought he was good in Man of Steel. Just for the sake of the podcast, I am going to recast him, though. I have Patrick Wilson as Superman.
Oh.
I think Watchmen proved he can do the whole kind of
duality,
awkward sort of Clark Kent thing, and he's just seeing him in other stuff.
Yeah.
So he's a great actor. He can pull off. I think he'd make a great Superman.
And he really hasn't got one
really
of those,
broken out. Yeah, he's done some big stuff. Like he's not a household name.
Yeah. So mine might get people might kind of criticize me, but I think we can all agree.
Well, that's
because this is a Dreamcast. This is a Dreamcast. Keep in mind. So Superman, Christopher Reeve.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No one will argue that
he was the best.
Exactly, and that's why I chose him.
I picked people that were alive.
Well, again, at first I was kind of debating, but I was like, it's a Dreamcast. It's a Dreamcast.
Okay. So I didn't really get
he can come back to life for this.
I didn't really get that, but
I probably should have informed you, but I was kind of like, I wanted to be a surprise.
I would have had Abe Lincoln, as Batman.
I would have had Hitler green screen with another Hitler as twin clones of Hitler, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. What does Jordan think?
But I was like, okay, even if they kind of give me hate, who's gonna argue Christopher Reeve?
He
was Superman.
Oh yeah,
he had the best duality.
Or do you have somebody that you would cast?
Not really. I really think I like Henry the best.
Yes.
Just because he's good, but for the sake of this, since he's already Superman.
Yeah, it's just the sake of the podcast.
And this guy's alive, I guess we'll go Patrick Wilson.
Yeah, damn it!
Which I wouldn't have guessed that, but since you mentioned it, and I'm
it was
the 2 minutes I've been thinking about it, it's
okay.
But just
I'll definitely see him.
But I think my favorite is Henry, just overall for the movies.
There's no argument that Christopher Reeve is
Christopher Reeve.
Perfect.
Christopher Reeve, the best ever, but for living right now.
That's kind of what I thought it was like.
Nope, anyway. Dreamcast.
I'm gonna have to change
Jake,
all of these.
You can stop name dropping a dead Sega console.
Let's get on who you want to do next. Batman. All right.
Oh boy.
Go ahead.
I think I know some of these.
I'm gonna say Adam West.
Yeah. Also, somebody who isn't way too old for the role and hasn't played it before. at least live action wise, Michael C. Hall.
Ooh.
That's the one I was
If
going
he
with.
can't be Daredevil,
Yeah.
he's gonna be Batman.
I like that. So mine, I don't think he was really on anyone's radar, but I think he could definitely nail it. Carl Urban.
Oh.
Especially
I thought you were going ham.
See,
I thought somebody over here was going
I
ham.
thought about that.
And then I thought about it more.
I thought about
And I
that, but
liked
after I
Michael
saw
better.
Dread, I saw Dread a while back, but I kind of was
I like
thinking,
that a lot.
because he
Dread was
nailed,
really good.
he nailed that intensity of Dread, and again,
Yeah.
he didn't take off the helmet the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Most other actors
Yeah.
have been like, "Oh, I want to show my pretty face" or whatever.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing
But,
with V for Vendetta.
Yeah. Carl Urban, great actor.
Yeah.
He could definitely nail the intensity of Batman. He's got the
Really
voice.
good.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be over
He'd
the
be
top
great.
like grumbly like Christian Bale. And also he seems like a pretty like suave, handsome fellow, and he could
He
pull
could do
off.
Bruce Wayne.
He could pull off Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
I thought I like John Hamm. I thought one of you all
Yeah, I
would have
think
picked him, so I was gonna go with Michael C. Hall.
Mhm.
I didn't know if you were going with him or not,
Yeah, I mean he's.
but I didn't. I
Dexter,
liked
6
Urban
Feet
a lot
Under,
too.
Yeah. And he's not. I mean, he's maybe like in his early 40s, so he's still.
He'd be fun. Yeah.
I
He'd
think
be
pretty
perfect for what
good.
they want to
And-
do now.
Yeah.
For like a
Yeah,
little bit
he'd
older
be good for
Batman.
the older Batman
Yeah.
kind of
So
going
is
for.
Michael C. Hall's about
Yeah.
40.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're all
Same
around
thing.
that
Yeah.
age. I just don't. You don't think of a young Batman,
No, like I always
Yeah.
think
especially
like
out in Hollywood
a
now.
well-established Batman. He's been around for
Yeah.
you
It's
know.
gotta be. I
Yeah.
think anymore.
And we can always bring back George Clooney.
No. He was okay as Bruce Wayne, but not Batman.
Only after Adam West dies, we can bring in Clooney again.
So what's your main consensus? You want to go
Carl
ham?
Urban.
I'll go.
Adamir in Lord of the Rings.
I do like all of them. I originally had Hall, so I guess I'll go Hall. But
Yes,
You know.
I'm winning.
and Adam West is a baller too. Like,
I was also thinking people that haven't played the role before.
yeah.
Okay, next up.
Well, just as a side note, I'd also just go, if we're going with the cast that does exist now, Matt Damon needs to be Robin. But anyway,
Of course.
my next on the actual list, I just kept Wonder Woman as Gadot or Gadot because I think she deserves a chance to prove herself.
Well, yeah, she's in. She's in.
Yep.
We'll wait and see.
Mhm.
Stay
Yeah.
positive, but I had Ava Green
Ah.
because I believe
Yeah.
Sweet.
I
Good
believe
call.
she
Good
could
call.
she could hang with Henry Cavill and all these big dudes.
I like that.
Yeah.
So mine, and when I was kind of looking up some other just cast members, because I was having the most trouble with Flash and Wonder Woman, but I finally came to consensus with Wonder Woman and picked Jamie Alexander. She was Sif.
Yeah,
and,
popular.
I've seen
Thor.
that one.
And a lot of other people were kind of
She was in Thor, so I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just I think she's got the
Yep.
right look. She's played a
Oh,
superhero,
yeah.
more or less.
Yeah.
So,
I
I
like
mean,
that one,
it wouldn't be
really.
anything new. She could handle it.
In
And
fact, I
she had...
surrender
popular
my choice
with a
to
lot of
that.
people.
What?
I surrender my choice to that. I
Thank
like
you.
yours better than mine.
All three of those are really good choices.
So, Jordan?
Did you have one?
Yeah,
anything in
Jordan.
mind before, or-
I thought
Oh, yeah.
about her as well, so we'll go with her.
Yes, I finally get a
Yeah.
point on the
I
board.
don't
Still
want to
winning.
let Dave keep winning, even though I liked his choice too,
Yeah,
and I like
more of the
I like the
presence.
original choice as well. I'm kind of excited for her. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
All
Alright, so next, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, next I did Aquaman, and I picked Ted McGinley.
Tim McGinley.
I know the name. I can't put a face to it right
What's some of his work?
Married with Children.
Children.
He was the neighbor's husband for the latter half of the series.
now. If I saw him, I would know.
Yeah.
I can't.
Probably, yeah.
name the
He's
face.
also been in a bunch of weird Christian stuff, but he was also in Happy Days after the first ever shark jumping.
Okay.
But
Jordan is now showing us a picture. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
He's a little older too.
It's a little-
I think he could pull off a more
Yeah.
comedic Aquaman. That's what I was hoping for.
I have a pretty. I have an older guy on my.
Yeah,
somewhere
I mean,
else
most
on
of my
list,
actors,
but,
they're all in their 40s.
Yeah, that's what-
Except for
Yeah.
Christopher Lee. Obviously.
a little expired.
Yeah.
Anyway, for Aquaman, I have Alexander Skarsgård.
Ooh.
I think you could fit the more traditional looking Aquaman
Yeah.
or the new kind of
Mhm.
Khal Drogo version.
Yeah.
they're going.
Yeah.
I think you could do either pretty well, and I think
So mine, again, I don't think anyone really would have considered him, but I think he could nail both, like, the kind of classic and even the Grant Morrison 90s.
What I was looking for.
Nikolai Coster-Waldau, who plays the Kingslayer, Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones.
Ooh. Thought about
Fantastic
that.
actor. He's got that regal look about him. And again,
royalty,
just give him the beard or the long hair, he get a harpoon hand, Grant Morrison Aquaman, if you're going for that more badass, darker approach, or the typical look.
But now
He could
people
pull
would
off
just
either.
be like, they're ripping off Game of Thrones?
And
spoiler alert,
They
he
were already
loses his
saying that
hand.
when that Aquaman picture came out.
What?
They were already saying they're ripping off a Game of Thrones when that first Aquaman picture came out.
That's true.
Yeah.
But,
Whatever.
Yeah, I gotta go, Jamie.
Yes.
That's a great pick.
And again, like, he is Danish. I
Yeah.
never would have expected, like, him to be, like, from a, Scandinavian
Well, I kinda
country.
Like
I kinda like
Skarsgård
that.
a lot too.
I kind of like that too because why would Atlanteans be American?
Yeah. And again, that was more reason why I was kind of going with, like, an actor with some kind of accent foreign to some degree.
Yeah.
But right.
You know, Momoa. We'll still,
Yeah, Momoa.
Yeah.
He's actually one of the few
I'm cool
casts
with.
that was like.
Aside
okay,
from not being
kinda
comic
like it.
accurate, I'm cool with it.
Wouldn't have picked it, but
Yeah,
no,
I
I can see
wouldn't
it.
have really thought about
Yeah.
him, but yeah. Up next.
For the Flash, I picked Chris Pine.
That's
Interesting.
what I picked too.
I
Yeah.
I have two Flashes.
Whoa.
Actually,
Okay.
if I can go. I think Richard will appreciate this one. For Wally West, I have Michael Rosenbaum, who plays him in the Justice League, and he was also a great Lex Luthor
Yeah.
in Smallville.
Like he was also like heavily, or I don't know, heavily considered, but he was on like a lot of people's list of who they wanted to see play the Flash.
Yeah, I think it because of the 90s
I
cartoon
approve.
stuff. And for Barry Allen, this one might be a bit out there, but consider the fact that he was on the short list to play Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy. Glenn Howerton.
I am all for it because
Yeah.
Howerton is.
Yep.
Granted, I picked
Yep.
two different
Yeah.
people.
No, I think that's good though.
I also cast a lot of Green Lanterns, so
I only did one.
That's another thing. I think Chris Pine could make a good Hal Jordan as well. Which
I like
know
him as
they
the
were
Flash
kind of
better
considering it.
because
I do like
actually had him on my
Yeah. But another thing,
rough
You are-
draft.
you are the
My
decider.
rough draft. We'll go
But
with
feel free to back me up here, Richard. But Chris Pine, he's got that very likable quality to him, like the Flash. He kind of
Yeah.
got that. Kind of sarcastic.
Not too dark.
Yeah.
He's cocky and arrogant, but he's lovable.
And he
Yeah.
played Kirk. He played
Yes.
Kirk.
Yeah.
If he can play James Tiberius Kirk, and generally the fan base were like, all right, I'm okay with it.
It's alright. Yeah, they were like, it's alright. Could be better. Could be a lot worse. I'll take it.
yeah, they could potentially rip somebody apart. So
Yeah.
the fact that he wasn't, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess me and Richard won that one?
I think it's
Yep.
safe to say Chris
Bam.
Pine was the consensus.
Yeah.
for the
Shaking his
Flash.
head
Yeah.
in a pot in an
Go with
affirmative.
Pine.
Yeah.
All right, next
All
up.
right.
Pine is fly.
So next, I only did one Green Lantern. I'm kind of going by the animated Justice League, but I went with Jon Stewart, and I picked Tony Todd.
Tony Todd.
Who?
I'm not familiar with who that is either.
He's in Final Destination, and he was in. But he also voiced the Fallen in Transformers 2.
Nobody knows who these voice
But-
actors are.
Well, he's an actor, but
Mhm.
he.
Oh
most of
yeah,
them are.
this guy.
Okay, Jordan
Yeah,
seems to
yeah.
know who he is.
I think he could kind of pull off the.
Okay,
Oh, that's who that
yeah.
is?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That's a little different than I would have thought, but yeah,
Michael
I can
Clark
see
Duncan.
Yeah.
that. Isn't he?
I'm just kidding.
A little bit.
I feel like me and Dave might have the same one for Green Lantern, but
Which one?
Wait, you have multiple ones, right?
well, I'll let you go.
Well, okay, I'll start with Hal Jordan then.
Yeah.
My Hal Jordan was Chris Pine.
Okay.
So,
Huh.
Not
you wanna
bad.
should I?
If he does, if he were
you
to
would-
not get the Flash,
Yeah.
I'd be okay with him.
I like him
getting
as the
Hal
Flash better, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can still see
I like
it.
him as Hal Jordan better, honestly.
Jordan. Shut up,
We'll
Dave.
go.
Uh,
We'll debate this a little bit later.
For Hal, not
So,
alright, go ahead.
no
The
others.
main
Is your
reason I
Hal
didn't
Jordan?
cast Chris Pine as
Or
Hal
did you do
Jordan.
Hal Jordan?
No, I did John Stewart because I feel like
I did as
you
well.
know is even though Hal Jordan is the classic Green Lantern,
I
he
would-
had us
yeah.
go, and I think it's better to distance himself from Hal Jordan for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So I was like John Stewart, and I think we can all agree.
I mean, it's the
Idris
time.
Elba.
Yeah.
Yep, that's who I
Idris
had.
Elba.
What,
That was mine.
What'd you say?
Idris Elba, John Stewart, Green Lantern.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take it.
I don't know, like a lot
A
of
lot of
fans
people
are.
have him for Martian
That's who I
Manhunter,
had.
but I like him as Jon Stewart
Yep.
better.
Ooh, I've got
I
to
think
give him
he
for
would-
Martian Manhunter as well.
Honestly, he would be great as Batman. But,
Yeah, yeah.
If you wanted to go Black Batman.
Black man.
I don't think too many people would be that opposed to
Black
it.
man.
No. Anyway, let me see. My favorite Green Lantern.
Kyle
for-
Rayner.
Yes.
Kyle Rayner for frequent listeners of
Yes.
the channel. I've brought that up before. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Ooh.
I think he's got. He's probably the right age
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
I think he's got the
Yeah.
kind of the look, the temperament,
A little
the,
bit.
Likability?
aura. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely the
Oh,
likability.
definitely. Yeah, that's a good choice.
Like we said, Idris Elba for Jon Stewart. If you watched our favorite DC characters, our collective pasty pale favorite Green Lantern,
Yes.
Guy Gardner, Joe Egerton.
Huh.
I
Woohoo!
thought,
Yeah. I could see that as well.
it's a little really hard to cast, but
Well, he automatically
I think-
he wins
technically
because he's our favorite character.
Yeah.
all of my other ones win because nobody else picked them. I'll take it. It's a victory.
I like Elbow Lock. That's who I would have had anyway
Yeah,
for
he's-
Jon
yeah.
Stewart.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Who do we have left?
Martian Manhunter is the next one on my list. I didn't do Hot Girl, so
I did.
I
Okay.
Actually. But all right, who do you have as Martian Manhunter?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Huh. All right. That's
Because I would pick him for Piccolo, and Martian Manhunter is basically shape-shifting Piccolo.
all right.
Well, you got a point there. I have, let me see, name that might not be as recognizable. Peter Mensa from Spartacus. The Tread Doctore.
Fantastic actor.
But yeah, I mean, he's like a big guy. He has that authoritative thing.
Yeah.
He has just a presence about him that I think really fits the character.
So my cast for Martian Manhunter, I don't think anybody would have really guessed, but I think he can nail it.
Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien. No. I'm probably going to butcher his name, but I think when I explain who he is, most people know. Mr. Echo from Lost, and I'm going to try and pronounce his name. Adewale Akinnuoye? And the more I was looking into him, because apparently he's already playing Killer Croc, so he's already in the DC universe. But I feel like that, and he's a fantastic actor.
Well, he could have
Like-
just been Martian Manhunter the whole time.
Yeah, like he's one of those actors where he's done TV movies, he's done tons of stuff. He's always great in everything that he does. Big guy, he's like 6'2", so he's got that very, he's got the build for it. He's got that very authoritative voice because he mostly plays villains because he's got that kind of intimidating voice, and he's a very intelligent man, which Martian Manhunter is. Because the more I was looking into him, apparently he's got a master's degree in law, and he's fluent in like 5 different languages.
Bird law, or
I mean,
because if it's not bird law, just don't
What
respect
use
it.
is it?
yeah.
Not bird law.
But yeah, like the more that I was kind of like doing research on him, and I was like, yes, like just paint him green, bam, Martian Manhunter.
I think it'll be a bit more.
Another-
Green
more
and
complex.
say, bam,
No.
Martian Manhunter.
Another thing is
He's not
to
Green Man.
kind of further cement him as the talent that he is. Even the writers of Lost, like they liked him so much they wanted to like make him a bigger role, but he wanted to be taken off the show because apparently he thought Hawaii was too hot. but yeah, they apparently had this really big story arc for him.
And maybe because the show was just
yeah, he
to be an actor on that show. What are we doing this for?
yeah.
This is ridiculous.
But yeah, basically, like the writers liked him so much that they had this huge story arc and big plans for him. But obviously that didn't come into fruition. But yeah, probably out of nowhere, no one would expect him, but I think he can nail it.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah, I
a
think it's one of those
whole lot
when
about
you
him, but
mention
what you
it,
just
it's like-
described, I guess he kind of fits the application for it. But
Yeah.
come on, let's go The Rock.
Okay. Don't get me wrong, The Rock is
Don't-
fun, but
He's only gotten better. I mean,
true, he has gotten significantly
Yeah.
better as an actor.
And
But
he just kind of has that.
And I need
like-
to have one of Richards on here, so
uh,
gotta get The Rock.
trying to be
And
fair.
I mean,
and
his
stuff.
head's kind of shaped. Like
I don't know
Martian
who.
Manhunter's.
Honestly, I think he's too big.
Yeah,
I just don't see it at all. Like,
I don't know for Martian Manhunter in general, like as a big name,
it's hard.
you know.
I mean, I don't know. For some reason, Peter Mensa was kind of on my radar immediately.
no, I get
Yeah.
like the fact that like kind of more under the radar actors. but-
Yeah, like
The little stuff
I
that
can't
I
think
have
of
seen,
any
they're-
any big time people that would really come to mind.
But the
that
weird
could
thing
pull
too,
it off.
though,
It's kind of hard to
is
cast a name.
they haven't even
You know?
they haven't even like announced Martian Manhunter, which is weird because all the Justice League members in the comics,
Well, he's
he is the
probably
heart
being
and soul.
replaced with Cyborg, which they seem to kind of do.
Probably.
I cast
I
Cyborg.
didn't
and it
cast
made-
Cyborg.
You did or you didn't?
I didn't.
Neither
I did, and it may be laughable. You probably will laugh.
The Rock.
No,
The Rock.
it's pretty close though. I'm trying to find him on the list. Oh, Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I know the name.
Theo Huxtable.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen him recently though?
I haven't.
Like he's gotten huge.
Did he cut his dreads?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man, he's big, muscle-bound football player-looking dude now. Like,
Is he still impersonating?
I think he could. I think he could pull it off.
Tiger
He's still
Woods?
got the likability factor.
Yeah, Tiger Woods. Yeah, he's still impersonating Tiger Woods. And Don Cheadle.
Probably. Probably. I mean, he's not doing much acting these days. But
Yeah.
Aside from
I think it could be one of
If he's
pluck him from.
Oh,
gotten
that's
as
funny,
huge
'cause-
as you described, yeah.
He's got the likability.
I picked
factor
Eddie
still.
Winslow from Family Matters. So.
Just bring back all these like 80s, 90s
Yeah,
sitcom
that's
stars.
three now. That's
there's
three
like-
90s sitcom stars.
another like extra
Yeah,
person that I
couple
did
others as
cast
well, but-
is
Yeah, let's do. Besides the main group, let's go over
like for Green Arrow because he's in the Justice League, but he's more of like he's
still a big enough
yeah,
name.
like he's not in the Justice League like as much as the others, but he's still Michael Fassbender or Nikolai Coster-Waldau. I think could pull off the role
I
just
like
as
Nikolai
well.
better. Mine is.
If he didn't get the,
I
obviously
will
he
say
doesn't have the role of
my.
Aquaman,
I think my choice for Green Arrow is like 52.
Old
But
school.
He still looks pretty good, considering his age. Carrie Ellis, who he's got Princess Bride, Robin Hood Men in Tights. He can do the.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He can be a more lighthearted, traditional to the comics. He can, he's one of these guys who's been in. It's been over like 100
Yeah.
films,
Okay,
TV,
yeah.
Stage,
I say
screen.
just bring the guy in from the show.
Oh,
Stephen
Stephen
Amell.
They had considered doing it
Yeah.
at one point, but
Yeah.
they're not now. Which I would,
I
because
wouldn't be
I do like
opposed, but
I do like what's his name, Grant Gustin,
Mhm.
much better than Ezra Miller for the Flash.
Yeah. I haven't seen any of Ezra Miller's stuff. I just don't see him as the Flash. But
Yeah, not at all. But of course, I wouldn't have picked Grant Gustin for the Flash, but now
Yeah.
that I've seen him, of course, I didn't
Should
really know
we-
who he
Yeah.
was. They're like from Glee.
Yeah.
Chris Pine is the only
great.
Flash.
Yeah.
Michael, you're not in support of Michael Rosenbaum?
I'm just
I thought you loved
Saying
voice
words.
actors. Well, words are essential to a podcast. Anyway, who else do I have? Do you have anybody else?
No, I thought about adding more people, but I was actually in the impression this would be a lot longer of a podcast. I was like, well, for the sake of time, I'll just keep it at like the big seven.
It's going to be a little bit.
Well,
I've got some villains too, so I'll wait till you guys get through the heroes.
so do I. I have
Get
one.
some, yeah.
I have Hawk Girl. I was kind of torn between two.
Mhm.
Maybe you guys can help me pick. I had Rebecca Hall and Lauren Cohan.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that either. Like amazing choice. I know they just cast her in the whatever new spinoff
Yeah.
DC show.
Fuck,
Somebody
I
I've
don't know
never heard of. But
it. I'm kind of leaning towards Lauren Cohan.
Sure.
sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean you're the decider. So
Sure.
all right.
All right.
She plays Maggie in Walking Dead for the people who don't know.
That was
kind of
what. Yeah.
Still haven't watched that.
It's
I
Yeah.
kind of got out of it.
Yeah.
that's a whole other thing.
But she's quite good on it. So
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Any more heroes we haven't gone over yet?
not anything you can think of. Anybody? All right.
All right. Who are your villains?
All right. Well, I got one that I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna agree with.
I'm gonna hate it.
Bryan Cranston's Lex Luthor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Yeah.
He said he
That's
would
like
do it.
that's a consensus.
Yeah.
You scrap all
Yeah.
plans you may have had for a younger
There is,
Lex
yeah,
Luthor, and you choose Heisenberg.
there is no reason for him to not be Lex Luthor.
That would have fixed so many problems. Like even if the movie turns out to be horrible, Bryan Cranston will carry
Isn't
the
it?
film.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess there's not much to discuss about
There's
that.
no
'cause
debate
it's
about
just-
No,
Just-
that's yes.
It's indisputable.
Now let's get Michael
And,
Cera as Lex Luthor.
Then it's a comedy. It's a
Even
weird
more-
indie comedy.
I mean, Michael Cera and Jesse Eisenberg are kind of.
They're the same. Yeah, they're definitely the same.
Just even more of everything that's wrong with him as Lex Luthor. I like Michael Cera, but
Yeah.
Well, if we bring in Michael
alright.
Cera as Lex Luthor, we have to bring in Will Arnett as Batman.
Yeah. It's okay.
I'd be okay with that, honestly. But
Jason
Alright.
Bateman as Green Lantern.
Oh yeah.
Just get the whole Arrested Development
Yeah.
cast.
yeah.
All right. Who are your
Jeffrey
other
Tambor
villains?
as Martian Manhunter.
Okay, Jade.
You have any more villains?
My next one, I got it from you. It's Deathstroke as Ron Perlman.
Yeah, I figured
Yeah.
you'd steal that from me, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's got.
I
Yeah.
like the
Teen
pick. I like that
Titans
pick.
Yeah.
And he's a little bit older too, but he can still pull it off.
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Deathstroke should be a little bit older.
Yeah. Usually in the
honestly.
comics, he's
I
always got
mean-
like kind of whitish hair. He's a bit more seasoned. So yeah.
And he looks like him. He's got the hair. He's got the
And also,
facial hair going.
like after you watch the Teen Titans show and Ron Perlman voicing Deathstroke, you're kind of spoiled.
You're
to it.
sold, yeah.
Yeah,
Sold
all
on it.
of Manu Bennett as
Yeah,
Deathstroke in the Arrow show, but Ron Perlman's voice just really,
Yeah.
Kills it.
yeah,
Well, he's
Oh,
killing
yeah.
people.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Ron Perlman's a great actor. And,
Yeah. And when he's
Yeah.
killing you, he could just narrate. I'm killing you. And you're like, all right, I'm okay with
You'd be
this.
I accept the
You know
stuff.
what? There are worse ways to
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could be getting killed by Deadshot right now.
yeah. Or Arm Fall Off Boy. That's a real character. Look him up. He's terrible.
That's who I'd cast Michael Cera as. But anyway, my Deadshot, as I was trying to segue into, would be Tommy Flanagan.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I think you mentioned that to me, and I think
Yeah.
that's a really good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could do he can do the humor if you want to add that aspect of the character, or if you just want to be more serious, he could do that too.
The guy's like an acting chameleon. Like you see, like he's been in tons of different stuff, like movies, TV. No one really knows him by like name, but like when you see him, you're like, oh yeah, that guy.
Probably a bit more known for Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
but
he's definitely got a
No,
bit more.
Will
credibility.
Smith. Will Smith.
I think Will Smith will be the worst iteration of Deadshot. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. now.
Possibly, yeah. And
Well, the worst live action
Yeah.
iteration of Deadshot.
yeah. And even though I will say Jared Leto's probably going to do good, I also recast the Joker as just Mark Hamill after he gets in shape.
Or I mean, they can do some CGI stuff,
Yeah.
or just
Yeah.
make Joker old. That,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I also would,
He has to age eventually.
if
Yeah.
I had to, if I had to,
Yeah.
well, maybe the makeup preserves.
I guess.
Yeah.
If I had to, I would go with Jake Gyllenhaal. And before you say anything, watch the movie Nightcrawler.
Okay.
That's actually-
Yeah, I don't object to
Because
that
if
either.
that was, I would love that if that character was kind of the direction. he
You're
took
not actually
Joker.
the first person that said that, because I've seen like when I was kind of looking up like some other fan casting choices just to kind of I don't know get like a better idea of who I'd want.
Brainstorm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there were actually some other people that said Jake Gyllenhaal would make
Yeah.
a good Joker.
Yeah, wouldn't have been sold on it before, but after that movie.
Yeah, 'cause I think you texted me like one day. Like I don't think you mentioned like Nightcrawler. You're like, I think Jake Gyllenhaal would make a good Joker. It's like, where is this coming from?
Yeah,
You're
I can
like,
see that.
but then you're like, just watch him in Nightcrawler. I still haven't seen it yet, but I was like, okay,
I
assume-
haven't seen it either, but like,
The best
I've
movie
seen
they
Jake
saw in a
Gyllenhaal
while.
play deranged before, and I can see it, but
yeah.
I don't know if I want to replace mine, but I had another thought. Willem Dafoe is a Joker.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I think people
There's
would draw too
actually-
many comparisons
Yes.
to Green Goblin.
Yeah, but
Well, no, that was the
Yeah,
thing, though.
I think he's good.
He was great as Green Goblin.
yes.
Because, like,
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe, he
He's one of
is...
those guys who should be way bigger than
Yeah.
he is.
Mhm.
He's-
Like, when he
Yeah.
gets in a
Incredible
role,
actor.
especially, like, a villain, he just...
Well,
Oh,
he
yeah,
takes it and runs
yeah,
with it.
I know.
Whoever it is, Jordan, that's been Googling pictures, look up Willem Dafoe Joker. People have photoshopped it, and it's, like, he looks it.
And again, like, he's got
I
that
mean, I
really...
can imagine.
He's got that face.
Yeah, and again,
Yeah.
like, that kind of menacing... Like, again, as the Green Goblin, he had that menacing
Yeah.
Yes.
laugh and
The, like,
voice.
almost rubbery way his face would move to get into an evil smile.
Yeah.
He wouldn't need any, like, prosthetics on his face. He just needs the makeup, and he's the Joker.
Oh, wow, yeah. That is
Yeah.
really good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's super
I'll-
creepy.
I'll
too.
try and
It should
put
be.
that in this video when I edit it.
Yeah.
Which I think is another thing they got right with with the Heath Ledger. Was he was
Yeah.
a bit creepier? I don't know if the Leto one will be
A
little more fun.
Yeah.
as creepy for maybe the sort of the way he looks.
That's why I say
Leto
Willem
not
Dafoe, because
necessarily
like, he
being as
was
creepy.
genuinely menacing as Green Goblin, but he was also kind of funny when he needed to be.
Yeah.
And it in a way that didn't, downplay his menace.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. Like,
I thought that was the problem with Ultron.
yeah.
Avengers was he was just.
I won't disagree, but I did like it.
No, I liked the movie. It was just that was kind
I like that Ultron, but I won't disagree that it did downplay his menace.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, we have to talk about Marvel in a DC podcast.
Yeah.
Always.
They're just doing so much better. I mean, in movies.
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Doesn't look
cast
as good,
Gyllenhaal as the great X-Men character Nightcrawler.
Yeah, that's what that movie was about.
But okay, so I guess overall, whose cast are you more in favor of, Jordan? Kingslayer,
Moment of truth.
Mr.
Yeah.
Echo,
Yeah.
Carl Urban?
I don't know. I think it was all kind of even throughout.
I did cast more people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I lean
Give you more
towards
range,
Dave's
but-
just because.
But mine was better.
Was it?
This is my channel, so if you don't agree, you're fired.
Oh well, Jake won. I really the other two guys, just as the mic off,
You
they
guys
sucked, man.
Yeah, totally. Thank you for
Like
agreeing.
Adam
No,
West.
Mike's still on.
That's not what the audience is saying. They're agreeing with me.
We
It's
are
like-
in front of a live studio.
It's like, when we were discussing behind the camera and behind the microphone, Christopher Reeve. I mean, that's genius.
Yeah, exactly. Without any persuasion
Yeah.
or threats whatsoever, Jordan was just like,
And
yes.
he could fly around in his wheelchair. It'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Or maybe Christopher Reeve could actually fly in real life. We don't know that.
I'm
Pretty sure he could.
Convinced Michael Keaton can fly.
Yeah, after that Batman
Yeah,
movie he
so
was
we're
in.
going with Christopher Reeve, George Clooney,
Christopher Lee, Darkseid.
yeah.
To get serious.
He's got the voice.
Yeah, I just thought I was trying to think of anybody for Darkseid. I couldn't really. And it's probably going to be all CGI
Yeah.
anyway.
So
yeah.
when Christopher Lee dies, we can still have him.
Yeah.
I would be also cool with Ron Perlman as Darkseid if he doesn't get Deathstroke.
Actually, I
Yeah.
hadn't thought about that, but well, he's not. They've already cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Somebody-
in our hypothetical universe
Yeah.
where we get to choose.
Yeah, I think Ron Perlman could do the character
Yeah,
justice
yeah,
as well.
yeah, definitely.
Alright, so, I'm the winner.
Well,
Hey, it was-
Suck it, Richard and Dave. I defeated you.
While he has a gun to my head.
Just a
Yeah.
lowly intern here, so.
And Dave is now
Shout
dead.
out to future guest Matthew White for
Yeah.
letting me have his job tonight.
Yeah, he was, we were supposed to have another person here. He was going to be the deciding factor, a non-biased person, because he's not as into movies as we are. But he wasn't able to, or comics for that matter.
Or life.
But he wasn't able to make it, and Jordan didn't have as wide of a casting, not to throw you under the bus there.
Oh, yeah.
You were
yeah.
ill-prepared.
Yes, I was.
But you made it up for saying mine was the best casting,
Yes.
so it's all good.
So I was hoping.
So we decided we'd make Jordan the deciding factor here, and he
I do
decided...
agree about the Flash.
Yeah, obviously, we had the same one,
Yeah,
which, again,
that was pretty cool.
yeah,
Teamwork.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, any other closing statements before we wrap this up, gentlemen?
Our cast should be cast and made with those casts.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think any of ours is better than what they've got now.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So for those of you listening, hopefully you enjoyed our casting. Feel free to let us know, even if you hate it, just give us some feedback or submit your fan casting for the Justice League. And then again, feel free to add in like villains or little extra people like who maybe aren't as well known as the Justice
Yeah,
League, like
if
again
wants to
Hawk Girl.
cast the Atom or
Yes.
And, hey,
I'm
whoever gets
soft,
the best suggestion for the cast of the twin clones of Hitler, I will give your comment a thumbs up.
Yeah. And if we
thumbs
get
up
it,
from Reverend Spaceman.
yeah.
We're not kidding when he
Certified.
say he is by the Universal Life Church
Yeah.
online. He is a
And
card-carrying Reverend of the Illuminati.
And if we get enough submissions here on the fan casting, we'll actually do another video on you, the viewers and fans.
We might even come to your
tell
house.
you why every single one of your choices is wrong.
I won't guarantee either of those are going to happen.
Can't imagine they'd all be wrong.
Yeah.
I'm Rev Spaceman on Twitter.
Yep, follow him on Twitter. Feel free to follow us on Twitter, Pacey Pale Productions. Feel free to like our Facebook page at the same name.
We're so active on that Twitter.
Yep.
Dave, look at you.
Dave?
I don't know why you would look at me.
You're in charge of the social media, or at least Twitter, anyways.
Yeah, not the whole social media. It's too much for one man.
Then also, I'm not really a big social media person, but I am on Comics Amino, so feel free to follow me on there. Irishman Jake, all one word, and hear my thoughts on stupid stuff about comics, because I know what I'm talking about.
Apprehensive.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed this video, and again, feel free to submit your fan casting, and feel free to like and comment and subscribe and all that jazz. So yeah, I think that wraps this up. So until next time, everyone, cheers.